Am I the asshole for not being nice to the people trying to force me to sell my home? A large company is trying to buy up all the houses in my area to luxury resort with a golf field, pool, and other things. A few days ago I got a knock on my door and someone came over and she told me she was offering to buy my home, willing to give me 5% over market value. Their bullshit market value is less than I bought it for. I politely said, "No, I'm sorry, but I am not at all interested in selling my house. Have a good day." She kept trying to sell the house and I told her have a good day. 3 days later she came back with a new offer, now 7.5% over market value. I said the same thing. Please go away, I am not interested. Next day someone else called me. I just hung up on them. All of my neighbors have been getting the same thing. Some are deciding to sell, but most are refusing. That same lady comes over. I was outside doing yard maintenance and says, "Hello, good news, we have a better offer for you. 12% over market value. That's great, isn't it? Surely we can work something out." I then asked, "Do you have kids? A pet?" She then responded back and said, "I have a son and 2 cats, why?" I then said, "How much for your son?" "I'll give you 15k for him, and 2k for both your cats." She confused said, Those aren't for sale." So I responded back, "Okay, asshole. Neither is my house. I hope you understand now. Get the fuck off my property and never come back. You're not welcome here or anywhere in this neighborhood." She said, "Listen, I tried being nice to you. Your house will be sold, and we will try other legal means to get your house." Me. "Did you not understand what I said? Get the fuck off my property, you ugly disgusting bitch." She left. I'm scared that this company is going to try to use dominio eminente to force me to sell my house. Not the asshole. I think it's time to speak with neighbors who don't wish to sell, then speak with a lawyer together. If this woman is threatening to take your home through eminent domain, then speaking to a legal expert is probably your best bet.
Not the asshole. You're under no obligation to be polite to people who can't take no for an answer. But companies trying to take over property aren't known for being super nice themselves, so I'd ask an attorney for advice on how to protect yourself.
Not the asshole. I also don't see how eminent domain applies. Eminent domain applies to that which is built for public use. A luxury resort is a private business. You might want to get the neighbors that are staying to start a letter-writing campaign to Congress, the mayor, the judge that might oversee the eminent domain that may or may not happen. Nip it in the bud. If you show that you and others will fight tooth and nail from the start, they may see it as too costly a venture to move forward with. Also, maybe contact the media. Bad press won't be good for their resort.
Not the asshole. Get legal advice ASAP.
Not the asshole right up to, "You ugly disgusting bitch. You were provoked and don't have to be nice, but you could have left it at, fuck off." Nothing wrong with taking the high ground.
Everyone sucks here. The company sending her for obvious reasons and her for not respecting your no. However, ugly disgusting bitch was completely unnecessary and was rooted in misogyny. I'm sure people will pearl clutch over that because, Reddit. But I can guarantee you don't immediately jump to insulting appearances or using a gendered slur when a man pisses you off.
Not the asshole. Form a Save Our Neighborhood group and run to the press. Make sure you get your story out first, before the real estate company has persuaded the public that this luxury resort is needed. Find the most sympathetic homeowners, the couple that bought their house 50 years ago and raised their family there, the young widow with kids whose now deceased husband painted murals in the kids' rooms, etc., and make them the face of your group. Be ruthless and cynical in tugging on the public's heartstrings. Public opinion is key in these fights.
Not the asshole. Also talk with a zoning committee in your area. If you can get members blocking it from being zoned as single family, I guess, what it is now to what it would need to be for the resort to be built. They won't fight for the homes because they can't get it rezoned.
Not the asshole. Also, I love the "how much for your son" line. Lol. Anyway, good luck.
Offering to buy her son and 2 cats is just the funniest thing ever. Not the asshole. You were nice until she harassed you to buy your house. Not the asshole. Try reporting her to a local authority.
Was it necessary to resort to name calling? Ugly. Really?
Not the asshole. I think you have to speak with a lawyer. This woman has no right. Block her if possible on all social media. When she speaks to you, ignore her. Pretend that you can't see her. She can't force you to sell your house as it is legally yours. In your name.
I wouldn't say that disgusting bitch was entirely necessary, but in general I agree that you owe her no further politeness when she is not only being impolite to you by pestering you, but actively trying to screw you over. So not the asshole. Get a lawyer ASAP.
Eminent domain is specifically for government, is it not? For things like roads, bridges. I don't think a golf club counts. In any event, not the asshole. Though without question your same point could be made without personally attacking her, i.e., ugly disgusting bitch.
Sounds like this company already made the plans, got everything sorted out with your local council and government, paid everything up front and forgot about the people who live there. It's your house, your dirt, and your everything. Lawyer up and don't back down. I hate companies like that. They can stick it where the sun don't shine.
In what universe you have to be nice to people not respecting your wishes and forcing you about things? No, not the asshole. Be as rude and as resourceful as you can be so they drop it completely and don't even think about coming to you again.
Not the asshole. Perhaps counter with an offer for 3x what you bought it for. Might even be worth your while to move. Unpopular opinion apparently. Everyone sucks here only for the ugly disgusting bitch comment. If you had said everything else exactly the way you said it but left out, ugly disgusting bitch, I would have said not the asshole. However, that comment wasn't necessary and you were an asshole for saying it, even though I understand your anger.
Not the asshole, but the fact that you had to call her derogatory names means that you let her get under your skin because you didn't enforce limits earlier. Now you know to stand your ground sooner.
No is a complete sentence. Not the asshole.
You are the asshole, you weren't until you made a personal comment. There is never an excuse to call someone an ugly disgusting bitch.
The developer mafia are entirely evil. Count on them already having bought everyone they need for permits, zoning, water and sewer lines, etc. etc. Probably not outright bribes, but bribes. The developer mafia corrupt local government regularly, they corrupt everything they touch. Lawyer up together and stick together.
Not the asshole. Quick, plant some endangered foliage and also go to your town board and designate part of your yard to be a graveyard and say that's where you want to be buried.
Was about to go YTA because this woman is literally just doing a job she's required to do, but then she tried threatening you, so I swung back to not the asshole. Speak to your neighbors and lawyer up. If you present a united front, it'll be a lot harder for them to bully you out. Not the asshole. Also, I reckon if they were able to use eminent domain, they'd have done so already.
Not the asshole, but I would suggest 1. Speak to all your neighbors. 2. Get legal advice. 3. If you and your neighbors are in agreement, maybe suggest that you all get the same lawyer to represent all of you so it's cheaper.
You are being harassed in your own home, call the cops and get in contact with a lawyer. Lawyer up. Big money tends to do what it wants, specifically if this is in the USA. Not the asshole.
You are the asshole. This might be controversial, but hear me out. I think you are being ugly to the wrong person here. Your feelings and language are frankly justified. But this lady that you are cussing out is not the source of the problem, I'm assuming. I presume that she is simply the messenger for this company, not the one pushing to buy your house. She is simply doing her job. I equate yelling at her to yelling at fast food employees. It isn't her fault she has to keep coming back to you and making new offers, she is just trying to do her job. On the other hand, definitely lawyer up if you can so you can keep your house, but stop being hateful to innocent people.
Not the asshole. Lawyer up. Now. Record every conversation with these people. If you live in a single consent state, you don't have to tell them. Get all their threats and start sharing with anyone who will listen. Not the asshole. It's well past turning up at your house to have a word. See a lawyer, file for harassment and have the lawyer tell them if they want to speak to you they have to go through him. Update when you can.
I like how the woman didn't even get offended when Op asked her to sell her kid and pet. Shows you the kind of person she is.
Are you familiar with the SCOT US case Kello vs New London? I lived very close to New London, CT, when that whole thing went down. It was a mess and still is. That case set a very dangerous precedent for eminent domain. I think you should seek professional legal advice on this one. Not the asshole, by the way. Not the asshole you said no politely and she didn't listen. Get a group together and get an attorney ASAP.
Get a lawyer ASAP. Write down in a notebook every time they have called round and at what time. From now on, record all interactions on your phone. Don't swear. Politely repeat, I have said no thank you repeatedly. Please leave. I'm not a lawyer, but it doesn't hurt to have evidence. Sounds like harassment to me.
Not the asshole, but you should lawyer up yesterday. Get all the neighbors who don't want to sell together and get a lawyer, and contact the media if you can. Seriously, you need to do this now.
Not the asshole, they're harassing you. You and your neighbors need to get together and lawyer up. Everyone sucks here and you are definitely an asshole. That woman is doing her job. It's a shitty job and she kinda sucks for taking it, but she's just making offers on your house. Neov, when you call her an ugly disgusting bitch, that is an asshole move. Is it your right to call her that? Absolutely. Does speaking like that make you an asshole? Absolutely. Remember, being an asshole is not a black and white right or wrong. It's about how you treat others, and you treated that woman the way an asshole would.
We're a little too harsh near the end. But that's about it. So yeah.
Not the asshole. But trust me. Get a lawyer ASAP.
This is the moment you start organizing your neighbors and start talking to your local politicians. There are countless examples of companies like this forcing people out of their homes with the help of crooked politicians. Get yourself a lawyer, organize the neighbors. This is serious. Not the asshole in the least. Not the asshole, and honestly at this point you likely have a legal case for harassment, trespassing, and probably a few others. Speak to a lawyer with or without the help of fellow neighbors.
Not the asshole, but boy does this remind me of an old Australian movie called The Castle. If you haven't seen the movie, I recommend it. That woman can fuck off. There's only so many times you can be polite.
You are the asshole. Name calling was over the line. She is likely tasked with this. It is probably not her company nor her identity. They will of course keep pestering you. You could use it to your advantage. I'm not sure what path you're in and who knows what the level of flexibility there is with the law, so I wouldn't take what others are saying about eminent domain as 100% accurate.
She's being pushy, but it's probably not her at the top. You didn't need to name call her. Grow up.
I was all for NTA, until you felt the need to use insults rooted in someone's personal appearance. Repeating for her to GTFO would have been sufficient. So,
you told her to leave and she didn't, but then you went to name calling. She was a jerk and you acted like a moody teenager. I do want to second what some other people are saying, lawyer up immediately. File a cease and desist, because her company is not going away so quickly when there is a whole development's worth of money on the line.
Obviously not the asshole.